Hey everyone, and welcome back to Metal Nights with the Metal Coach. We're talking about all things rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. On this episode of Metal Nights with the Metal Coach, it is Christian Metal Sunday, and I have a powerful new track called Rescue Me by Martin Simpson's Destroyers of Death featuring Roy Khan. That was released as a single on 2/28/25. But before we get into Rescue Me by Martin Simpson's Destroyers of Death, please like, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when new episodes are released. All that and more when the Metal Coach returns. Coming up next. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I am your host, Steven, the Metal Coach Holly. And on tonight's episode, I have Rescue Me from Martin Simpson's Destroyers of Death featuring Roy Khan. This single was released on 2/28/25. And this song brings together some of the best musicians in the metal genre. You have Roy Khan on vocals. You have CJ Grimmark on guitars. You have Martin Simpson on bass. You have Anders Kollerfors on the drums. Of course, in 2023, this band released one of my top 10 albums of 2023 with the album Eternal Rain. So I have very high hopes for this song. So let's not wait a minute longer. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's break it down Metal Coach style. Let's go.
Send him, their choice had been made long ago, rejecting your decrees. Was it your love that was so strong that you must redeem? Bound forever by your will, is there redemption still?
Wow, man, this song is freaking killer so far. I feel it is just a up-tempo, melodic metal anthemic gem. I love it. The opening is brilliant. Got that killer keyboard work, and then you get that killer riffage. You get that little lead part from Grimmark. And I'm telling you, I know just from that little bit that I heard, first couple minutes, I knew that this was going to be a brilliant track. Let's go ahead and talk about right now. Let's talk about the vocals of Roy Khan for a minute. Man, his vocals are killer. Man, is he brilliant. It is absolutely just dripping with emotion, power, and intensity. Starts off soft, more restrained, almost like you're in a prayer, before just unleashing his signature vocal range. Man, when he hits that chorus, his vocals just go to another level, and he really just shows off how he can soar with his vocal range. And I really just think, man, it is freaking brilliant. His vocals, the way he does it, just adds another level of intensity and passion to these killer lyrics and this killer song. Just brilliant. On this song, you cannot talk about anything more until you talk about the killer chorus. Man, it is hooky. It is brilliant. It is infectious. It's hooky. Man, it gives that perfect balance of melody, emotion, and power. And I think the way that Roy Khan delivers the lyrics during the chorus really creates that sense of urgency and that power, and creates that raw intensity that makes the melody just so unforgettable. The phrase "rescue me" is easy to remember, and it carries deep spiritual and emotional significance, and it resonates, I think, with everybody. Everybody goes through something, and I think it'll stick in your head, and you'll be singing along, you'll be throwing up your fist, you'll be headbanging for the king, and man, what's better than that? So let's continue to listen, and we'll stop and break down some more of this killer track. Let's go right now. Man, the more I hear of this song, the more I freaking love it. It is freaking brilliantly done. Let's talk about those lyrics. The lyrics of "Rescue Me" really center around that desperation, redemption, a plea for salvation. Somebody save me. Christ save me. The repeated cry of "Rescue Me" is both a personal and spiritual call for deliverance, echoing biblical themes of seeking God in times of struggle. The verses build tension, expressing pain and longing, while the chorus explodes with hope and urgency, making the message universally relatable. Simply put, it is profoundly powerful and inspiring, and I absolutely freaking love it. Okay, let's go ahead and get into that killer rhythm section of Martin Simson and Anders Kollerfors. Man, Simpson's bass lines are killer, and he totally delivers on this song. His bass lines don't just sit in the background. They are thick, they're beefy, and they just add a ton of rumble to the end of the mix. And it is so freaking killer. His playing adds a lot of depth and power to the track overall. Now, Kollerfors' drumming is simply put bombastic. He hits the skin so hard you can feel it, and it brings the thunder to the track. This is powerful power metal drumming at its finest. He doesn't just keep the time, he drives the emotion of the song. Together, guys, they are really the foundation and the driving force behind the overall intensity and just overall power of the track. Simply put, it is just freaking brilliant. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the rock and roll a little bit more. Let's check out the rest of the track. I'm hoping a solo is coming up, so let's go right now. Man, this track just continued to bring the intensity and power. And man, you cannot talk about anything that CJ Grimmark is on until you talk about his guitar work. And he is one of ChristianMetal's finest. Grimmark's playing is tight and driven, blending classic power metal gallops with progressive touches for depth. His chord progressions are just freaking killer, and it just builds a lot of emotional tension, especially in the verses, leading into that soaring chorus. Now, my favorite part of the track, of course, being a guitar player, is the guitar solo. Man, his solo is long, and I love it. It is freaking brilliant. Starting out at that 336 mark, you get that killer dive bomb tremolo work that really just sets the stage for what's to come on that solo. The solo is melodic. It is chock full of technical elements that you would expect from Grimmark's playing. You get Grimmark's signature neoclassical inspired playing with fluid legato runs and precise picking, showcasing both his virtuosity and his killer phrasing, which I think is brilliant. Overall, Grimmark's playing is sharp, emotional, and technically just brilliant. He is one of the best, and man, if you haven't checked him out with Narnia, you're missing out. You need to go check him out there and check out the album Eternal Reign from Martin Simpson's Destroyers of Death from 2023. It is just brilliant guitar work all the way around. Man, what a job. All right, guys, so the final verdict. Man, Rescue Me is just an absolute masterpiece of melodic Christian metal, and it's freaking brilliant. From Roy Khan's vocals that are powerful, Grimmark's killer guitar work that is soaring and epic, and then you have Kollerfors' drumming that is intense. You have Martin Simpson's bass bringing the heaviness to the bottom end, and best of all, a message that lifts up the name of Christ. Let me know in the comments what you think of Rescue Me. Did it hit you as hard as it hit me? Man, what a brilliant freaking track. All right, everyone, that is it for another edition of Christian Metal Sunday on Metal Nights with the Metal Coach. But before you leave, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified of new episodes. And for more Metal Coach, please go check out and subscribe to my Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram by clicking on the links in the description page. And if you want to help the Metal Coach out in the future and continue to do what he does, please watch the ads and click on the links to my merchandise store and pick up something cool for yourself. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And then remember, as always, keep it fun, keep it metal, keep the faith, and crank up something loud today. Keep that metal flame burning, everyone. And I'll see you guys really soon. Take care, guys. Keep it metal.